Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Ants, playing some more of the incredibly wonderful Empires of the Undergrowth today. So this is obviously our latest Formicarium, which we haven't done much to set up. That's fine, we're in no rush, we don't need to worry about that until we get to the Formicarium Challenge 3. And we can't do Formicarium Challenge 3 until we've gone and done the harvest, which we've had a couple of attempts at now, and not quite got there. So that's what we're going to do today. So now, as always, we're going to start off by looking through some of the comments. What I will say is, obviously, the response has been phenomenal to the Empires of the Undergrowth series. So thank you to everyone who's new that's subscribed and is commenting and liking the videos. It's really, really appreciated. What that does mean is there's currently 112 comments on the last video. So I might not be able to go through every single one with the fine-tooth comb that I have on the earlier videos in the series. So apologies if I don't get to you. But what I'll do is I'll just do a general overview of the general idea that people are saying is I think we're going to ignore, when we do the harvest, we're going to largely ignore trying to kill the queen. We're going to leave that for a different one. We'll have a go at that a different time. It didn't work out so well. We just want to get the level done. So we're going to work on the harvest. And what we're going to do basically is go by just sheer numbers alone. So I'm going to go with lots of workers to start off with, and then a bunch of medias, well, however you want to pronounce it. And then maybe towards the end, we'll get a few of the majors to help us out. And so what we largely want to be doing is just going out, getting the leaves as fast as we can, and there's a bit of a change to the plans that I had for where the layout of the nest was going to be, but we can talk about that once we actually start doing it. And generally just sort of trying to go northwest and northeast in basically straight lines from the nest, and just trying to harass the enemy lines a bit, and making sure that the food they generally go for is either not available to them, or we can harass them fairly easily just to cut their supplies off a bit. So that's the general idea. That's the general gist that most people have sort of come up with. So looking through the comments very quickly, Robert Parker, if you had a good 30 medium ants harvesting combined with 7 major group harassing enemy lines, you should be able to close the gap much faster. So that works into the whole just small harassing here and there. Pay attention into your map, says Gabe, to make sure that you're going for spots which are uncontested and predator free. A couple of people mentioned this. Sides, one of them, said that if you hold down control, you can see the plant health, which is really useful, because a couple of times I kind of abandoned areas where it looked like the plants didn't have much on them, but it's good to know there's a way of actually seeing that. So that's awesome. Daniel B said the mission is easy. So let's have a quick look at his reply there. To read more is what I wanted. So what he basically says is place 1 medium ant, place 2 storage for leaves and 1 for waste. I guess that's per medium ant as well as you go on. Go outside, collect some leaves, avoiding the predators, build more storage, build more workers. There's a bit of discussion on whether the minims do the eggs and the digging, and I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure we established in the last video. We didn't really test it, but I don't think they do. So the general consensus was don't leave as many workers in the nest, particularly in the early stages. So leave maybe 2 or 3 workers in the nest doing the actual ferrying of eggs and ready there to dig if we need it. But otherwise, the 7 workers you get to start with, send them out. More workers out is more leaf coming in, which really, really matters. And I think it was Charles, I haven't got quite to come, I think it was Charles who said that, because I pointed out the difference between the costs of the workers, and that the fact the medias can carry twice as much, but they do cost 4 times as much. So I think certainly in the short term, having more workers is going to be much more beneficial. So what does he say then? Build 2 to 3 workers will be working inside. Build as many workers, about 15 to 20 until the next night, which will be gathering leaves. Build a bit more waste and start to build some more medias, trying to avoid the fights. On the second night, you should have at least 10 soldiers, and you invest into the big ones. You can go to fight with the predators. Try to balance your storage workers and waste. You can collect the leaves close to the anthill, and in the end, you can fight with the enemy. And the more minis you have, this is one of the reasons as well. I think I mentioned this in towards the end of the last video anyway, but having more workers is going to be more beneficial because you can have more minis. And there's at least one person who said, don't worry about upgrading any of the ants really, just get the numbers out there because that'll give you more minims. So rather than having, let's say you have a group of 7 workers, that gives you 7 minims. If you upgrade those 3 times, you get no minims. But if you build another 14 workers, well, then you get another 14 minims, and they can actually help with obviously the fungus growth and all that sort of thing. So that's what you really, really want to do. Oh, one thing, Cosmic Extinction mentioned, oh, don't do that. It'd be really good if you had your own public Discord server. Well, I do. I do have a Discord server, and I do have Twitter and Facebook and all those things as well, though Twitter and Facebook are largely mirror copies of each other, so it doesn't really matter which one you go on, although obviously you could do everything, why not? But if you look down in the description, there are links to all of the social media nonsense things that I do, so check that out if you want to. I don't often mention it in videos, but because because Cosmic Extinction particularly mentioned it, I thought I would as well. Something that came up a lot was moving the refuse area away from the main nest. So TM Industries mentioned it, and a whole bunch of other people that did as well. So I'll try and get to a couple of them at least. So if you remember last time I saw a couple of my workers getting poisoned and I wasn't too sure why they were getting affected, well, that was because they were touching the refuse. So the general idea I think I'm going to go for is putting the refuse at the very bottom of the map and have that connected to the nest chambers, and then have the nest chambers connected to the queen. So the minions can run through and deal with the waste, but then the ants, the other ants, the workers and the media, should hopefully never go down into it. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. That's what someone else mentioned as well. Now, put your leaf storage at the entrance. Try to get more majors to collect the leaves, says Cornish ants. So that's a bit more down my way, down in Cornwall. Hello, Cornish ants. Try to get more majors to collect these because they can hold more than the medias, and it's more time efficient. It is more time efficient, I'm sure, but you also need 150 food to get them in the first place, which is a little bit of a struggle, particularly in the early stages. And this goes back to what we said early on. CT says trying to get the leaves closest to the enemy so you can use their supply of leaves. As I'll say, a few people said that. Euros Ossium had a fairly lengthy explanation of what to do, so I won't go through all of it. It says speed is key, get a ton of food, or you need a ton of food space in this mission. Normal workers are not ideal for it, but every single nursery helps your food cap. So again, that also goes with the whole not upgrading stuff so much as well. Get a single group of 30 workers, gives you around 600 food plus whatever you may awake, blah, blah, blah. Make your leaf storage very close to the worker section. A 7-tile storage isn't bad, and if you have things well in hand, it should be emptied very fast. Of course, a large one would help if you have a massive influx all in one go. Around 15 or more refuse piles would come in handy. With some luck and upgrades, you shouldn't need more, but a huge garbage bin would ensure the dead fungus dies quickly. And as soon as you can do some medium and large ants, or as soon as you can do, make medium and large ants, but do not forget your objective is making food. While the investment is very worth it, you need to be able to indeed make said food. You can ignore attacking for the first day, maybe even the second if you're lucky, but afterwards you should have enough workers and speed generating fungus that an army, one you can upgrade, to level 3, should be able to take out. The enemy queen has a huge surplus of food and quite a large army, so I do not think anything under 50 soldiers, which we kind of learnt last time to our detriment, didn't we? Aristeo Vega, again, just setting basically just a huge amount of major ants. Don't worry too much about the major, so just going for the numbers. Where are we? King Keeping and Gaming asked, do you know who the creators of Empires of the Undergrowth are? So if you're not aware, I don't know if it says it on the menu bit here anywhere. It doesn't, but the creators of it are Slug Disco. They are a British company. They are fantastic. This is the only game they've done, and it's brilliant. And it is in early access. It was also kickstarted as well, I believe, back in the day. So if you do think you'd enjoy the game, I would recommend giving it a try. There is a demo as well. I very, very rarely mention this, but there is a demo available for the game, I think on itch.io, if I remember correctly. I will try to remember to put a link down below, but there's a good chance I'll forget. So if I do forget, you can just Google it, Empires of the Undergrowth demo, give the game a try yourself. It is also the newest version of the game for the demo, so you can try out the leaf cutters, I believe, as well. So have a go at that. Slender Brian, and this is a couple of people said things like this. He said get 10 majors and 20 mediums, having them camp at the enemy's base as early as possible, and then using workers and mediums to gather leaves. So what that basically does is it just locks the enemies into their nest, and then you can just complete the level at your own pace, I guess, really. So what else have we got here? A couple of other people, Memeable, saying don't place your refuse. So he actually used the phrase dump hole, which I really liked. Don't place the dump hole so close to the queen, but it's really not the queen that's the issue, it's more the workers, but it is a good point. Don't do that. Take the food from where you are attacking. So you send all your ants, some on food duty and the rest on attack, and go into the enemy food supplies. So you can limit their food supply while increasing yours, and then you retaliate when you retreat. That's from Sans Lover. Where else have we got? Kill the queen quickly to win easily. I'd love to do that, Mohammed. Thank you. That's what I tried last time. Didn't go so well. A couple of people have actually said they bought the game because of my series, and that's brilliant. That really is good. I Obviously, I do this just for my own fun and enjoyment pretty much, but if it brings other people into the game, particularly a game like this, which is a small development company, and I think, you know, the more people get it, the better the game's going to get. So that's really good. So thank you so much, Lady Kryptonite, for investing in the game. A. Carlo has been said, increase your numbers quickly, which is sort of what he said before. Building more than 7 media and major ants is a waste of time. Build 2 groups of workers, go left and right from the beginning, and just basically smash out as much as you can. So try 19 workers, he says, 7 media and 7 majors. I don't know if that's 2 groups of 1977 or if it's one group that split the 19 into 2 somehow. We'll see. What else we've got? Again, sorry, I'm skipping quite a lot of these, which are a bit more wordy and they don't immediately get, like I can't see it in the first few words. So apologies again if I am missing your comments, but there are a lot. Mr. Said. It's not Seed. I remember it wasn't Seed. I think it's Mr. Said. Mr. Said usually says you need a full chamber of miners before anything to create more minions to process the leaves, which again, the comments goes hand in hand with what a lot of other people have been saying. And a few people said this: put your leaf store where the first beetle larva is and create 2 corridors from it, one to the entrance and one towards the nurseries. So that's what I said. We'll have a look at that when we get into the level. Rachel says put the refuge where you usually put the leaves and dig out the area with 1 roach in and make that your food area. Comment just backing that up again. And Martin Sidville said, why do you do so much planning? I did this pretty easy. Well, I did so much planning at the end of it because I was struggling a little bit. So I wanted to try and get it in my head where I was, essentially. What does he say after that? The only thing that makes mages better is their tier 3 passive ability, and you're not going to upgrade them, so just totally ignore them, which again, a few people have pretty much said. And then he talks a bit about the Formicarium challenge, but we're not too bothered about... Are we? Sorry, I hit the mute button as I was doing that for some reason. Right then, so... we can come out of this, we can get straight into the game, blah, 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 blah. The music's quite loud. I think, who was it that mentioned this? I think it was A. Carlos said that almost every time, it's the stuns we're going for, isn't it? Almost every time I start the game, I sort of internally wince and then vocalize the fact that the narrator is very loud in my ear. So I'm going to be a bit more on the ball today and turn the volume down before I actually load the game up. All right then, so here we go. So we're going to try and bash this out as quick as we can. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to go straight up there.
This young queen has successfully...
Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve. The juicy grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists. But for now at least...
Oh no, don't actually dig. I thought you'd go attacking.
This budding Atacephalotis leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above ground.
Let's get a few more of those to start, because we always struggle by not having enough in the first waves.
The small
I know there's no one in it yet.
Minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended.
We're definitely going to need more refuse. So let's do 3 refuse to start.
Luck on their side.
And then here? No, 1 more down, isn't it? Let's think. I think so. Might be too far actually, but it's there now. That's where it's going to go. Wrong one? That would have been stupid. And I'm not going to put another one down because I'm going to need those things to hatch. Well, there's nothing to put eggs down at the moment, is there? So
have located a patch of young seedlings.
They moved out too fast.
Just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft.
I can't believe that these relatively tiny mistakes that I'm making are actually the cause of me failing. There must be just some basic strategy that I'm not following properly. Exactly what that is. I'm not 100% sure.
Harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there's an enemy over that side, so let's immediately move over here. And we'll try and build stuff as soon as we get to the appropriate level. That's what we'll try to do, at least. Let's expand this out straight away, because we're already starting to fill up a little bit.
The ants' activities outside the nest have not gone unnoticed.
I was going to build another one, but we do need to get some more refuse, really. So we'll do that as a matter of priority. Right, so expansion, space, expansion. And then expansion, space, expansion. If anything, it could go one up, couldn't it? But it doesn't. If it doesn't need to, let's not worry about it, yeah? So that's definitely... Yeah, I think we're okay there. And we do, of course, need to... Oh, not there. Expand the size of that as well. Right, we've got our first 7 there now. So we also need to dig that out. And just watching our food, and as soon as we get a little bit more... Then, as soon as we've got an egg down there, I'll move these guys over. That's the minim that hatches straight away. That's what I kept seeing last time. Of course it is. So we've got an egg there, so let's move everyone outside to do leaf gathering. Oh, there's an enemy over that side. Everyone over this side.
The most accessible leaves are located to the north of the nest entrance. However, another atta colony has already laid claim to them. The
just follow my ants along.
Nest places the 2 colonies.
There's another thing over there now as well. That
time will tell which has the potential to grow into a great empire, and which will submit to the unforgiving.
Where's the big one over this side? There it is. Let's move him over this side again and hope the spider doesn't follow us. Let's get these 7 leaf stores built as well. Okay, yeah, the spider stayed over there, so that's good. That's worked out okay. Opponent is over 400 ahead of us, of course. Right, okay. So far, not terrible. They're almost 500 ahead of us. I mean, they just have so many more numbers. I mean, they got like a major already. So they obviously start at a pretty massive advantage to you, don't they? Now, the worst thing is I'm pretty happy with the strategy. Getting the numbers out there. The only thing I struggle with is knights. Maybe I do need to get more medias faster. So we can now swap those 2 back over. Just because I like having the first 7 in the main chamber. Oh, I almost had enough food, and then it just hatched. Oh, and again. And again. There we go. We're going to have to look at doing some more refuse soon. That's starting to pile up a little bit, isn't it? I wonder if we can get away with doing this side. But I'm assuming we can.
A brightly patterned jumping spider, Secasviri deeper.
Oh, you take your eyes off for 1 second.
This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible forward vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey with pinpoint accuracy. $600 ahead of us. As the sun sets below the horizon, and the thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight, the predators of the night begin to emerge.
And then similar thing over here. Well, it's actually going to clip 2, isn't it? So it should have gone 1 higher. But we'll have to live with that. That's fine. So how are we doing? Still plenty of food over here? Yes. And even if I got a first group of 7 medias and sent them over, I'm not sure that... By the time I get them, I don't think I'd have enough to actually disrupt their chains. I'm going to start splitting these into 2 groups. I just have to try and keep an eye on them. And okay, right. So that's going to be the edge. Can't go there, so go 1 up. So it's going to go there. Connect there. And then go down here. Not that we're quite there yet, but we might as well be prepared, eh? 800 ahead of us now. Again, that first attempt, they didn't seem to get more than 500 ahead of us, and I don't know why we are struggling so much. Right, so that's 2 groups of 19 done. So let's do this. We'll let them get that chamber built first, and then we'll deal with the route to the refuse pile, which is doing okay. We might need to look at upgrade. There's a few spaces left, and we also could do just upgrading it as well, couldn't we? I don't know. I think they'll take the straight route there, actually, so I'll probably just get rid of that. It's not ideal, but it'll have to do. Right, our first minim's going down. Media even, not minim. Very different. And then over here... that's going to be our next media chamber. The 2s are getting fairly close to a massive huntsman, but he doesn't seem to be wanting to come up, so we'll just try and keep coming over here. So we'll see how this 700 ahead of us. No, 800, sorry, my maths is terrible. They got 800 ahead of us. So maybe as soon as day comes, if we can actually get like more than 7 meteors, we'll group them together and we'll go up there and we'll go like someone suggested, just go en masse. Just pile up there, send all of our people gathering food and send our meteors just to attack straight away. I'm dreading attempting this on hard. Like, what does the difficulty change? Is it going to change like the starting point of their colony? Because if they start with more ants than they already do, how on earth have I got a chance in hell of beating them? Really don't know. Oh, come on then, that last little bit. There's our first 7 done. That's something. We've got some trap jaws coming down here who are going to be problematic. I know they've gone on past. Okay, let's add those back to that group. And over here, in fact, hope we manage to get at least 1 or 2 come over for this. Yeah, these guys should come straight over, shouldn't they? Or didn't break into the chamber. Okay, in that case, just go back over there for now. Let's get our first couple of meteors built. And also, do that. So our leaf stores were full, so we could look at upgrading these. At least a little bit, give us a bit of headroom. Those guys need to go over there. How are we doing? We're catching up a little bit. There's 700 ahead of us now. Okay, that's not feeling too bad. That's not feeling too bad. We are almost out of food over here, but then we do have this whole area here, and if daylight comes, that might be a fairly viable option. Does that literally say 7? Just be very careful of that, because that's not going to last at all. In fact, that's out as well. The 2s are out. There's some stuff down here. Okay, that's our first group there done. So now we need to look at extending these 2. Yeah, as predicted, they're kind of just absolutely smashing through this. We'll wait till a little group appears, in case we have to deal with like any of these or anything. Then I think we'll start sending them over here. Oh, it's a bloody cricket. I think we'll start sending them over here. That's where the 1s are going to go, and the 2s are going to go up here. Oh, what have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Oh, it's a huntsman. It's not great, but we might be okay. We send them over there a little bit.
Has arrived, and the creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain unchanged. Locate vegetation, defend supply lines, and process leaves.
What is this they're getting here?
Time for rest.
Was it this thing? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Didn't even know that was an option. That's interesting. So 2s are going to completely devastate this area in no
One of the ants has fallen prey to a young leaf mimic
time.
Once in range, its long razor-clad forelegs
Right, I've
can
messed this up. Where are they going? They're going over here.
Lightning speed.
Okay, so they got all of those. That's great. That thing's taken care of. But what we do need to do is get just like these guys over here. Wait till we got a few of those, a couple of those at least. We're still catching up. If we just catch up, we may not need to worry about disrupting their chains. Because when the 2s have got a few more medias, we'll look at going over here. The 1s will go over to this area here. There's a nice big one there as well, isn't there? It's a nice easy route there. It pretty much is, isn't there? Let's start sending the 2s up there then. Let's do that. Right, the 3s are gathering over here. So let's break through here and they can take care of these straight away.
These rove beetle larvae are distant relatives of the European devil's coach horse.
Right, they're done. Over there. Over you go.
Of separation, they share the same carnivorous appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly, a fearsome final form.
And what's happening here? What's this? It's just a spider. We should be okay with a spider. Now they're actually smashing this one, which is great, because then they can head over here. The 2s in the meantime can smash this one. Everyone's just... Oh my word, why is my refuse so high? No idea actually why it's so high. I mean, it's not full. And then we'll do, like we did before, just a mass round of upgrades. And that'll just really push that huge capacity up. And hopefully the minims just go crazy for doing stuff there. So the ones look like they're a bit bored. They are indeed. Let's start sending the ones right up the top. What is it that's up here? What's this thing? It's only a little speeder.
The ants must fight.
What are they fighting? Looks like a spider? Yeah, that's not too bad. Don't know why the minims are struggling to get the waste out so fast. Is it because I haven't got the speed tiles down? Doesn't feel like that should be this much of a problem. Doesn't look like it's going down pretty rapidly now, doesn't it?
Nearby.
More trap jaws? More trap jaws.
For territory, Odontomachus bowery trap jaws roam the clearing. They can be found hunting alone or in small packs for vulnerable invertebrates to take back to their nest. They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting 300 times.
We are 600 back now. We are going to have to look, I think, at going and disrupting them, particularly over here, I reckon. So let's go and do that. Let's, once they've dealt with this thing, which they haven't, I've just taken them away from it. Okay. It's a bit more of a problem, actually. It's a bit more of a problem. We're going to have to send them back over there. And let's not do all of them, because that's us being silly, I think, isn't it? Let's just do those 19. 19 should be enough, shouldn't it? 2s are doing okay. They are doing okay. The 1s, where are the 1s? Oh, they're just picking up the food that's been left behind. So these will be the 3s. We'll go disrupt this one. And then we'll pull them back. And I don't know how... There's no way into this from the bottom, is there? Oh, there is actually. Oh, I did not know that. How do you get there? That's pretty much a route direct. I didn't know you could get... I thought that was completely blocked off. That's interesting. Looks like this has become quite heavily contested all of a sudden. But no matter. Let's go do our thing. And if we can disrupt them there, we'll immediately pull them back.
These leaves are contested. The leafcutters will generally not attack unless provoked.
Because they are 800 ahead of us again.
Only a strong show of force will deter the opposing colony.
They're struggling a bit more than I thought they would. I guess they must be upgraded, the enemy's ones. Which obviously something isn't we haven't touched that at all.
The opposing leafcutters have retreated from one of their harvesting sites. They may have been easily startled this time, but they'll soon be back.
That's fine. They can come back, so we're not going to worry about it at all, mate. Not at all. The ones are doing okay. They're getting lots of stuff over here. That's good. And they still do have this one here, which I assume they'll go for soon. They are now 700. See, we were catching up quite nicely, I thought, but now look at them. Is there some more coming down here? Yeah, I might want to wait for all of them because there's going to be quite a force there, particularly if the ones which have just left the nest, which are a massive attack. Which is a band, obviously. Right, let's do this. So the problem is all of these forces now come out and they immediately start harvesting.
The battle has begun.
And it hasn't really got much closer. We've gained like 100. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not useful in the slightest. And is there no way up this one from this end? Is there? Oh, there is actually. So they have left that middle bit, but they're going to come up here now and come into this middle bit. So let's just go straight up here. We can just... That's a bit more of a problem, actually.
A territorial dispute has arisen between the outer colonies.
Oh, it's a major. Now, I do have a fair bit of food, but I've been, again, quite hesitant to spend anything in case it causes many problems. But we are at that point. Where is a good place to put the majors? I don't really have a good place, do I? Over here, I guess. Which isn't ideal, but it will do. Oh, they're getting involved in all sorts of little disputes, aren't they? I don't think they're going to win this one. Bet the twos are finished down there, haven't they? Yep, they've been finished for a while. Okay, we'll just add the threes to here for now. Obviously that didn't work too well. And in the meantime, we should get some majors together then. And if we can get a little fighting force with some majors in it, we should be okay.
Night falls, and under the cloak of darkness,
night's the problem. Now there's going to be crickets all over the place.
From their hiding places. Any ants
all over the place.
The safety of the trail will likely meet with an unfortunate end.
That's us. Hello. So we've actually got some majors this time, which is possibly a very good thing, but we are also, like I say,
with muscle to power its crushing jaws. Few stand against
700 behind, which is massive.
This champion warrior will make a fine addition to the colony.
There's nothing we can really do to join him to the refuse trail either. I don't know where else I could have really put him. Maybe one over here. Oh, yeah. You could put one there, I suppose, couldn't we? Maybe we'll do that if we actually manage to get a full 7 of these together.
A Paracanthus varius bush cricket has spotted the ants. Its thorax and appendages are adorned with sharp protruding spikes, offering 360 degrees of protection and turning its substantial forelegs into a pair of deadly flails. This spiny devil...
500 behind. We're kind of catching up, but there are also lots of things along here, look.
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter, and when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators. A stern response will be needed to drive
we'll deal with
this
this
nuisance away.
I mean to come down here and deal with whatever this is, which you already have actually. Okay, so let's just stick these back in this group for now.
Overwhelmed by the defensive leafcutter forces, the harvestman decides to make a swift exit.
That's fine. The ones are just kind of hanging around. Have they ran out of food up that side? They have. That's fine, because there should be a couple of big old plants down here. So you guys head down here. We're having this problem again, aren't we, where they get distracted and they all drop their leaves. And they're 900 ahead of us again. Oh my word. I can't even really go on the attack because I've not got the food to sustain it. I know there's no one in that group. Yeah, I know there's no one in that group. They're 1,000 ahead of us. How come they don't get massively attacked in the middle of the night? Why is it just us? I'm trying to leave these all in this group so they can actually get some leaves back to the base because we've got nothing coming in at the moment. Those some trap jaws as well. Of course it is. Of course it is. 2 hours, 20 minutes I've been recording, just so you know. Oh, what's this close to the base? Okay, it's not a cricket, that's fine. So I think I'm going to have to do this. We're going to take care of these trapjaws, and we're going to have to go up and disrupt the enemies again, because they are rushing ahead of us again, aren't they? There's plenty of food for us there at the moment. We're okay with that. So the threes come and group down here. And then we're going to shoot up here. And then, whew. Yeah. Then I might camp the threes like here. And bring the people in to harvest the leaves down here. Or bring one group of them at least. Maybe the ones and leave the twos down this side. Got a bit of food now, but I'm a little... I suppose we've got a fair chunk, so let's get another major. In fact, no, sod it, let's get 2. Sod it! Sod it! So the threes, we've got a few of them, we've got a few majors there, so let's go a storming. I want them to be right there. In fact, no, let's go this way.
Must defend themselves.
Oh, against what? Oh, it's trapjaws. They should be okay because they've got a major there and plenty of medias as well. Right. 800 ahead of us at this point. But this should go quite well, you'd have thought.
The leafcutters have secured a vital harvesting site from their opponents.
I want to bring the ones in down here and start harvesting this. The threes I'm just going to leave there, which is, I know it's a bit of a waste. But they're going to send a response out in a minute because they're going to be quite desperate. They're 900 ahead of us now. And I'd love to go around and disrupt those, but by the time we get there in the night, I think we'll have lost so much. So many people have died in the route over there. Is this their force coming out? It looks like it could be. Oh my word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mages. And how many have I actually got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 intermediates. Should have... Well, I think that's 5.
The Antz will fight to the death.
And they've lost this fight, haven't they? They've lost it. I've wasted a lot of food on this fight because there's no way they're going to win. Okay, ones head back down here. Because that's not going to work, my friends. It's not going to work. You got a little bit. You got a little bit. You did okay. Let's get those out of that group before they go running up there again.
Has arisen between
which I think is exactly what's happened. How far down are they coming? Just because they're still going up. Stop going up there. I've given you a new destination. Stop sacrificing yourselves for the greater good. Okay, well, food's doing okay, so let's get some more mages down. If they come and attack our lines, we are utterly screwed.
As the sun rises over the treetops above, the diurnal jungle invertebrates emerge once again to replace their nighttime counterparts.
Yeah, I think we're okay. They don't seem to be.
Fast in their efforts.
Oh no, they totally are. They totally are. We are utterly screwed. We are utterly screwed here. Okay, everyone. I mean, there's just no other massive food source around. This is the problem. It's over there, isn't it? Oh, I just don't know what to do. I 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 guess just go there for now and we'll worry about it in a second. Oh. And we're out of food. And we're going to absolutely devastate this bit in absolutely no time. Alright, let's get a force together again. Even though there's nothing up there, we need to go up there just to... just to disrupt them. But there's nothing to disrupt. There's no food. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I mean, it's closer than it's been, I suppose. We're only 600 away. But it is far from ideal. Far from ideal. I might even... No, because they've gone up there now. Let's know. We're going to go up here, guys. We're going to go up here. We're going to go and disrupt this food chain and hope that's enough to just stave them off, because we are now 500-600 behind because we've disrupted all their food lines. We've made a pretty massive impact. So this little marching army of mages, swiftly to be backed up by some medias. And there's a couple of big plants. Can we get to these from... If we told them to go there, what route would they take? Down here, I suppose. That's not bad. They should have gone for that, though. Whatever, okay. The ones run out of food, they have. There's a little bit over here once. There's also some down here. Go down there, quick sharpish, if you don't mind. Threes head over here. We are only 400 behind. Okay, everyone run away, run away, run away, run away. In fact, come down here and get rid of these things, because these are massacring us. Twos, stay back. Threes here. Dude, come down here. What is wrong with you? Right. Everyone come over here. You guys get harvesting. Get harvesting. Carry some food back. We're only 300 behind. This could be a very tight victory. I'm not going to hold out too much hope, but there's these two big plants. Well, there's 4 big plants down there, actually. So that's my plan at this point. We can get these other 2 majors built. We've absolutely devastated that. We're only 200 behind. When this lot of leaf comes in, ones are struggling, aren't they? So you can go back up there once. As soon as they seem to have abandoned it. And then the ones can go there. In fact, after they've done that first bit, I might send them there. Because we could do with some quick food at this point. That's almost out already. Look, we've absolutely devastated that. But that's good. Because there's a good amount of food. There's like 400 food there. We've absolutely cheesed it. So if we now tell them to go up here... Oh my word, the enemy's there. Of course they are. Oh, they're there on force. They've won. They have won. Unfortunately, I think it is as simple as that at this stage. All of that they've just managed to gather has completely won them the game.
The battle has begun.
We're only 100 behind. We're bringing in a good deal of food, but they're bringing a good deal more. Do have a fair bit of food. What I might do is upgrade some of these. I know we're not going to get their massive bonus, but what we are going to get... Oh, they're so close, but we're so close. Do I just tell them to gather the food and run? Yep, let's do it. I don't think we're going to stop them, because they're going in all different directions now. Look, they've sort of abandoned this, I think, because we're here. It's so close. Oh, I need to disrupt their lines, but they're the opposite side of the map. It's so frustrating. All I can hope is that the food we get from this and this close food source here counteracts what they're doing here. Because these guys are just milling around doing nothing. They haven't figured out there's nothing there yet. Well, the ones have devastated that. They need to go over here. You guys head over here. We're only 100 behind. So the ones are going to devastate this in no time, but that's fine. That's what they need to do. And then there's a little bit down there, so we'll head over there. We are so close. Oh, I am on the edge of my seat, people. Like, seriously. We've got lots of food. So let's upgrade these in case we do need to get into a fight. The ones have devastated that, so let's send them down here. We're ahead of them. Oh my god, we're ahead of them. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to bloody well do it, people. 2 hours, 34 minutes, and come on. Come on. Is it going to get to 35? No. 2 hours, 34 minutes, 40 seconds. Oh my word, that couldn't have been much closer, could it?
Dominion over the clearing. As the competition withers, they will extend their territory in
all directions, lordy. Oh, wow.
Empire.
Wow. Okay.
This colony will number in the millions.
Okay. That was so tough. Like, if I didn't make it there, I was going to go to easy mode. There was, like, no question on it. I can't believe we made that. I think so much of that does rely... Like, we hardly had many crickets there. Until we sort of got quite powerful in that towards the second half of that second night. There weren't that many crickets. But the other attempts we had, where we had just, like, cricket after cricket after cricket. Oh, Oh my word, the relief is palpable at this stage. I have no idea how I'm going to cut this down. Because, blimey, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to work on there, and I got to cut down. I don't like cutting too much out though. So do I just cut out the middle 2 attempts? Because that was what, 3-4 attempts? I'm not even sure. I might just show you the beginning and the end of each one perhaps, and just see how it goes from there. Right, let's very quickly, whilst we're here, just upgrade a bunch of this food store. We don't have enough food to do that. That's fine, because you can now go out there and get some food. Okay, so we're going to put a save in. Save Formicarium. And that means that next time, or so next time what we'll do then is we will upgrade our ants and we will build our Formicarium. So it might be a fairly short video next time, because I think I might just do that. And then the video after that we'll do the challenge. But what I don't want to do is we get into a fight with. Is it just grubs? It is just grubs. Yeah, I think a shorter video could be appreciated, mainly by me, because like I say, 2 hours 36 minutes now. It's been a long old recording this one. This might be one of my longest recording sessions outside of like the multiplayer games I've done with Indy and Andy and the such like. I know no one's going to upgrade that yet, but at least that's there for when they do it. So yes, so what we need to know is your guys' opinions on what we do here. So we've got the Queen's Royal Decree. I like that one. Eggs instantly hatch. Eggs will hatch for free for 20 seconds. Or Royal Guard, 14 incredibly powerful Royal Guard. Empty nurseries will receive eggs that all hatch. Well, I think it's Royal Guard, isn't it? But yeah, let me know. I'm not going to go through all of these because, like I say, it's a long recording. But let me know what you think I should do in terms of upgrades here. If there are a relatively large number of responses and it isn't clear, I will do like a little tally to make sure that the correct one does win. And obviously we need to do this one as well. So let me know what you think of these over here and what I should go for. And then next time we will build up our Formicarium. We will harvest all of this delicious food. We will, yeah, try and build a sensible Formicarium. I don't know. I'm assuming these aren't going to grow fungus or have minims in the Formicarium, because why would they? Why would they? Awesome. Right then. Oops. So I hope you've enjoyed the eventual victory of the harvest. If you have enjoyed it, please do click the like button. It's really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do leave your questions or comments down below. I do love your comments. I am struggling a little bit to keep up with them because there are so many that are popping up on the Empires of the Undergrowth videos at the moment, but do leave them. I will get to them as soon as I can, even if it is almost a video behind. And I do read them obviously before I do the next video, even if I don't respond. So anything you do put there, I do look at and do consider. So I do really appreciate your guys' help. I really do. And again, a massive thank you to the new subs and the commenters and the likers and all that stuff. Really is appreciated. Don't forget, I do stream every Wednesday at 6 PM. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey at the moment. At the very tail end of that, so if you've not played it, maybe don't come along, because it is going to be, it's the second DLC bunch. The I don't know what they called it, so I think it's called the Ancients thing. So hopefully that's not too spoilerish. So yeah, so if you have played or if you're not too bothered about the story, then come along and say hello. It'd be wonderful to see you. That's likely going to finish fairly soon, I'd have thought, because I don't think there's much left of that. Maybe 1 or 2 more streams, and then we'll be moving on to Monster Hunter World. So hopefully that'll get a few of you there as well. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Empires of the Undergrowth, where I will be doing the Formicarium building, and followed by the Formicarium challenge the next video, of course. Looking forward to that. As always, thank you so very, very much for joining me.